Hi friends, my name is Aqil Ahmed, and in this particular video tutorial I will show you how to continue the SSIS package even if a specific task fails. So the agenda of today's video tutorial is that we will see how can we let the SSIS package continue running even if a specific task fails. So sometimes there can be a scenario where you want your SSIS package to run even if there is a failure. And one of the scenario can be that most of the SSIS package normally when they finish executing, so in the last we can have some send mail task which sends the email that the package is successful. Okay, so recently we had the similar kind of situation that there was an SSIS package that used to run for different databases, like for 20 or 30 databases, and it used to send the email after processing each database. Okay, so what was happening, that the package was randomly failing on the send mail task while sending the email, because there might be some connectivity issue with the SMTP server or something. There might be some timeout issues. So all the other tasks in the SSIS package, they were running successfully, although only the send mail task was failing. Okay, so we had to come up with a solution that the SSIS package should not fail only if the send mail task got failed in the package, and if other task failed then the package should fail. Okay, so that was the requirement. So let's see like how we can implement that particular thing, that how we can let the package run even if it fails on a specific task. So if you want your SSIS package to run even if it fail on any task inside the package, then you can watch another video that I will share the link of that particular video. But if you want your SSIS package to continue running only if it fails on a specific task, then you can watch this particular video. Okay, so for this particular case, suppose let me just drag and drop some of the tasks into the control flow window. Like maybe I can use some of the data flow task and execute SQL task, and then I will let the package fail on my last task. Okay, so this is like data flow task, then execute SQL task. Now suppose I have another data flow task. Okay, and after that suppose I have like the execute SQL task. Okay, so these are the tasks in my SSIS packages. Okay, so this is task 1, task 2, task 3 and task 4. So for the task 1, let me make a connection to the SQL Server database so that it can run. New connection, and I think we already have a connection to the 2019 instance to the SSIS database, and maybe I can write something like select 1 here. Okay, so that it can run. And for the last task I can configure the connection here as well. So I can select this connection and like I can run select 2. Okay, so this is the simple SSIS package, and let me click on start. And right now I'm not doing any specific anything special here, so the package should run without any error message. Okay, so this is working absolutely fine. Now think of a scenario that suppose sometimes the last task it can fail. Suppose if I write 2 divided by 0, then in that particular situation the package will fail. Okay, because it will throw a divide by 0 error. So if you see here, the package got failed, and if you check the error message, then you will see that divide by 0 error encountered. Okay, so this is the error message here. Now suppose you want to let your package run continuously even if it fails on this particular task, then what you need to do? So before doing that particular thing, let me just drag and drop another data flow task so that you can see that even if it fails on this task, it should execute the next task. Okay, and it should not show any failure message. Okay, like how we can configure this one. This is the task on which I want to let the package run without any issue. So you need to right click on the task on which you want that the package should run continuously even if it fails. So you can right click on it and go to the properties, and from here there is a property force execution result. So what you can do, that right now the value of the force execution result is none. You need to change this one to the success. Okay, so now what it will do, that it will let the package run successfully even if it fails on this particular task. Okay, so even if it fails on this task, it will run the next task as well. So let me start the package and see like how it will behave. So if you see here, even though this particular task should have failed, but still this let the package run continuously successfully and all the tasks got executed successfully. But if you look at the outcome of the package, so it's saying that package execution completed with error. Okay, so suppose if you will schedule your SSIS package, then you will see the failure message from the SQL agent job that it was not run successfully and the outcome of the package was failure. But what we want is that we do not want to display the failure message from here, and we want the final message as success, right? Like instead of this red icon here, there should be a green icon of the success, and it should be the message should say that the package executed with success. Okay, so how we can change this execution result, like package execution completed with error, to the package execution completed with success. Okay, so to implement that particular thing, you can stop the execution of the package. Okay, so now select this particular task, execute SQL task on which you want to do something. Okay, and now you need to click on the event handlers and go to the on error event. So even though we had selected the execute SQL task, but from the left side, from the executable, it had selected the SSIS package, the package.dtsx. So we need to go back to the control flow again, select the execute SQL task again, on which we want to implement, that it should not send the error messages to the SSIS package. So what exactly it is doing, this particular task is doing that even though the force result of this particular task is success, but it is still sending the failure messages to the SSIS package, and that's why the final outcome of the SSIS package is the failure. So we need to select this particular execute SQL task and click on the event handlers. Okay, and once you are inside the event handler, and on the left side you are seeing that it's executable. Okay, it's execute SQL task 1. So now you need to click on the on error, this particular link, and from the right side it should be on error event. Okay, now what you can do, you can actually open the toolbox and just drag and drop the data flow task here, so that the SSIS package knows that there is something written here. Although we are not going to implement any code here, we just want to disable one of the system variable property, but you need to put the data flow task here so that the SSIS knows that we have written something here. Okay, and it should not revert the value of the system variable. Now as soon as you have just drag and drop the data flow task here, now what you can do, you can click on the variables option here. Okay, on the variables icon, and then from the top right side click on the grid options. Now from the variable grid option, you need to click on the show system variables and click OK. So it will display you all the system variables. Right now we don't have any user defined variables. So if you scroll down, so there is a property which is called as propagate. Okay, so propagate means that it will send the error messages to the SSIS packages. Okay, so the default value is set to true, we need to set it to false. So now if you set the propagate to false, so it means that when this particular task will fail, it won't send the error messages to the SSIS package. So we can just close the variables window and we can go back to the control flow. So we are done with configuring the changes to the SSIS package, and now you can let the package run again. So now if you will see now, then the package should run success. So you can see here that the package execution completed with success, and it's displaying the success icon here. And if you will schedule your SSIS package from the SQL agent job, then the package will run successfully and it will display you the success message. Now in this particular task, now if the package fails on any other task, then it will of course fail and it will display you the error message. Suppose if I change this query to select 1 divided by 0, so the package will fail at this particular task, at the second task. So the package will work as it is, like how it should behave. On all other tasks, it will only ignore the failure messages only from this specific task. Okay, so this was the requirement. And if you want that the package should run regardless of any failure message on all the tasks, then I had created a separate video on that topic, and I will share the link of that particular video in the description of this video. Yeah, so I think that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching the video, and if you like the video, then please click the like button. Do subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and click on all, so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much.